Okay. So,
I have booked 3 workshops, and and I have a booking to do the initial, what do you call it? The initial chat for a colleague and I to facilitate a retreat.
how awesome is that? So it's really led to action for you.
Like, I've booked the workshops. I've already bought my tickets because I'm going to Sydney again, but I've done it all without hesitation, and I've already contributed more of myself, as in with the input of what we're going to be doing, than I did last time, because I was hesitant because I was expecting them to cancel. So this time it's like full guns blazing, and yeah, I'm on a mission.
I didn't even get to ask you all the questions I wanted to ask you, but you just said it all. So, you know, it's really nice to see you again. It's so different. So 10 days later, and that's what you've achieved in 10 days in your business.
Yes.
Wow. How do you feel? So I kind of have to go back, because people watching this, you know, they don't understand, may not understand how Creatrix works and how it really does stick and last. But so I'm just going to ask you, the problem was expecting people to cancel. How is that issue? Rate for me how big an issue. I think you said globally this issue was like a 10 out of 10 for you, because it was just so much holding you back in not just your business but other areas of your life.
It was huge, and now I don't even resonate with it. I can't resonate with it. It's just.
But I'm supposed to try and get your feeling back from your chest to the top of your head, and you had this. What did you have? You had tension and constriction.
Oh, I was restricted in my chest, and I had that, like stress tension in the back of my head.
Can you think of anything? I want you to just try as hard as you can to think of the times where you used to feel it. Think of that being sort of float down in your mind right into that moment, and see if you can feel that feeling.
Nope, I can't feel it. It's just, it's not happening.
We've rewired your brain, darling. I knew you couldn't find it, and that's the thing, isn't it? That's the thing.
It's just, I just can't resonate with it.
I remember one of the learnings you got, that it doesn't play in the video, but it was get over yourself.
Yes.
Do you feel like you got over yourself?
Absolutely. I was probably my biggest holdback.
Well, you were. It was only you. It was only you and Creatrix, so no one else entered the room. I didn't give you any advice.
But in my mind, it was everybody. It wasn't just me. But
of course, if you believe something to be true, then it's a universal truth to you at the time.
Yeah.
What's your universal truth now? How does it work out there in the world when you are in business and you don't have the block of expecting people to cancel? How is that? What's the universal belief that you have that now that replaced that other one?
I'm on fire. I mean, there's three workshops, and you know, in the throes of organising a retreat, and we already have one person saying they're coming to the retreat.
So, if you say we, is that a joint venture?
Yes. Yes.
So what I'm going to do is really quickly run through that scenario you had. You had a scenario where this is the one where we tested all of the filters.
Yes.
You know, how you would automatically respond. You had a scenario, do you remember, of booking a retreat as a facilitator? Can you remember that scenario that we did the before and after on? All right. I want you to get that scenario back in your mind and tell me, what are you focused on now?
Organising the retreat. We've the focus is, it is going to happen. We've got the appointment to sit and discuss how we're going to do it, where we're going to do it, when we're going to do it, and what we're going to do at it. So it's just, the focus is it's going to happen.
Okay, so before you had Creatrix on this block of expecting other people to expectations of people to cancel, your focus was, as much as I want it, I'm not expecting it to go ahead, but it's not going to happen. It's in the back of your mind. And
yeah, I don't have that little voice going, don't worry, it's not going to happen.
So that's what we did. We stifled the voice that was saying it's not going to happen. Okay, be in that same scenario that we did the measurement on, okay, where you're booking a retreat as a facilitator. What are you believing in that moment? Now, 10 days later.
It's going to be amazing. We're going to transform lives. Yeah, it's going to be great.
So that's what you're believing about the situation.
Yes, it's going to be great. We're going to change lives.
Okay, before you said it's a good idea, but it's not for me because people won't support it.
Yeah, that's gone.
And what about the belief you had in that scenario, be in that scenario now that you had? And what are you believing about yourself in that moment?
I'm full of confidence. Absolutely. Full of confidence it's going to go ahead and it's going to be successful.
Well, your self-perception, the belief you had of yourself before was, oh, well, I'm not the right person because people don't believe I'm good at what I'm doing.
I am good at what I'm doing.
You also said, I said, in that moment, what are you thinking? So be in that moment right now again, in that scenario, booking a retreat with a facilitator. And what are you thinking?
I'm thinking that it's a great idea. It's going to transform lives. And yeah, women are really going to benefit from it.
Well, before you were thinking, no point in going through with it. What are you feeling?
Oh, I am so excited. Really excited. Yeah.
You sound more excited than you were on the day when you finished Creatrix. And why?
Why am I more excited now? Because I can actually see it's going to happen. I believe it's going to happen. And I have the confidence to make it happen.
And you've booked the bookings to make it happen because something's got to happen. Like you're going to do something. So basically before, it would have appeared as procrastinating, wouldn't it?
Yes.
It would have appeared and showed up as just putting stuff off, not really actioning in your business.
Exactly. I would do little bits and then think, oh, there's no point in finishing that because it's not going to go ahead.
But as a life coach, wouldn't you have known that you just have to change your thinking and change your mindset and just do it? Just do it anyway. Feel the fear and do it anyway. Don't they say that?
Yeah, but it doesn't work. I have to say it. For me, it did not work.
Okay, so how much can you feel the feeling in your body from your chest to your head when you think of expectations of people cancelling?
Well, I don't believe people are going to cancel, so I don't have that feeling.
You can't feel it. Well, it was before, it was a 10 out of 10 constriction in your chest and the back of your head, and it made you...
Yes, I was. Now the feeling I've got, talking to you, the feeling I've got little goosebumps and I'm just really excited.
God love you. In 5 years, how do you see your future now?
Oh, a lot better, brighter. It's a booming business, thriving. Yeah, just absolutely thriving.
That's so good. Because in 5 years, you said you won't have a client base, you'll have no love in your life, miss out on opportunity, and you would have turned down business.
Well, thank God we got rid of that block.
What would you say? We've got probably different people will be watching this. Some will be thinking about having Creatrix for themselves. Some will be thinking about learning to be a transformologist because they will love to get these results like what have got with you, for example, on just one issue. Or they could be somebody just, really, really curious, wanting to know, this does look really like a big new thing, cutting edge. And what would you say to, let's say, a person just thinking about having Creatrix for themselves or getting rid of some business blocks like you did? What would you say to them?
If they're thinking about it and they're serious about moving ahead, don't hesitate. Do it. Got to be ready to let go of whatever it is holding you back and just plow ahead.
So because you have had counselling and NLP and a few other things, what would you say to therapists from those other bodies of knowledge? What would you want them to know about Creatrix?
That it really is a life release. The other modalities, for me, they were good at the time, but they weren't sustainable. They weren't long lasting. And as soon as you get back in the real world, you just start slipping back again. And the likes of counselling, that just keeps you stuck in the story. Whereas with Creatrix, you don't even need to tell your story. And it's over and done with in like 20 minutes for one block. And it doesn't come back. My first clearing was almost 12 months ago. And it still has not come back. So, yeah. It is, for me, it is the best thing.